Hello and welcome to the MPP Insider. I'm Mike Mino. There's less than 3 weeks till Election Day, so let's go right ahead to In the News. And of course, on November 2nd, we have 4 states with marijuana initiatives on the ballot. There's Prop 19 in California, medical marijuana initiatives in Arizona and South Dakota, and a dispensary initiative in Oregon. Not only that, but MPP is doing what it can to help elect Peter Shumlin, the next governor of Vermont. If Shumlin wins the gubernatorial race in Vermont, there's a good chance that could become the next state to decriminalize marijuana. So a lot riding on November 2nd. I'm urging everyone again, please tell your friends and family if you don't live in those states or you know someone who does, please come out and vote yes on those marijuana initiatives. And of course, leading up to Prop 19, there's been a lot of momentum coming out of California. Just last week, LULAC, the League of United Latin American Citizens of California, it's kind of a mouthful, the oldest Latino civil rights group there, endorsed Proposition 19, giving it much needed momentum going into Election Day. Not only that, but there's been some high-profile donations from co-founders of Facebook and Napster and the president of Dr. Bronner's Magic Soap Company. So really interesting things going into Election Day. And of course, one of the issues now being raised by opponents of Prop 19 and marijuana legalization in general is whether or not it is legal for a state like California to defy federal law and legalize marijuana on its own. There are some opponents, namely former administrators of the DEA, who are saying California can't do this, that it's unconstitutional to pass Prop 19. We've even had candidates for Attorney General in California question Prop 19's constitutionality. Luckily, MPP is here to explain it to everyone. If you go to our blog, blog.mpp.org, there's a great post up right now by one of our legislative analysts, Dan Riffle, going through the arguments point by point, explaining just how Proposition 19 is legal, how a state can make marijuana legal on its own, and why the federal government should not have to intervene in this. So it's really interesting reading. Please go check it out. One other news item that I want to include here is that New Jersey, which last year became the 14th state to pass a medical marijuana law, New Jersey has finally released rules for its proposed medical marijuana program, and they are, by nearly every objective standard, the strictest medical marijuana rules in the nation. They were already supposed to be very narrow, but now the requirements of patients and distributors is even more narrow than it was before. You can read the details of that on our blog, also blog.mpp.org. Go check it out there. And now with that, we're going to take a look at marijuana by the numbers. A couple numbers I want to throw out today come from a recent report from the International Center for Science in Drug Policy. This came out last week. This is a nonpartisan international research group that took a look at the last 20 years of U.S. government data to figure out what most of us already know, and that is that America's marijuana prohibition has failed to meet a single one of its objectives. It's not working, and that we need a new strategy, a regulated marijuana market, regulation instead of prohibition. But there were some really disturbing numbers in this report, and I want to go through them right now. From 1981 to 2002, the budget of ONDCP, that's the Drug Czar's office, the Office of National Drug Control Policy, increased by 600%, according to this report. And arrests from 1990 to 2006 went up 150%. Marijuana seizures went up 400%. And of course, all this increased spending on enforcement, all these seizures, all these arrests, what have they accomplished? Nothing. We have nothing to show for it. We have near record level marijuana arrests and seizures, and marijuana use rates are as high as ever. According to the report, marijuana in America today is more potent, more available, and cheaper than ever before. So what do we have to show for these billions of wasted dollars in failed marijuana enforcement efforts? Nothing. In fact, this is one of the most striking details in that report. It said that after 30 years of heavy enforcement, heavy prohibitionist policies, marijuana remains, quote, universally available to young people in this country. So keep that in mind on Election Day, and also in the continuing campaign to end marijuana prohibition in this country. Nearly every day, it seems, a new report, a new figure comes out saying, hey, this isn't working, we need something new. But until our officials get that message, accept reality that we need to regulate marijuana like alcohol, things aren't going to change. So For everyone here at the MPP Insider, I'm Mike Mino, asking everyone to stay vigilant, and we will talk to you next time.